Welcome to online classes. Good morning, students. This is T. Santosh Lakshmi, Physical Science DRT. I am working in KCBV, Kananganapalli, Anantapur district. Hello, students. Today we are going to discuss news about chapter on the name of the chapter synthetic fibers and plastics. In this chapter we are going to discuss about the define synthetic fibers, formation of synthetic fibers, properties of synthetic fibers, different fibers by burning test, compare synthetic and natural fibers, discuss the effect of plastic on environment, discuss the 4R principle, explain the role of course in the recycling process. Students, we know in lower classes we have studied that the clothes which we wear are made of fabrics. These fabrics are made from fibers obtained from natural or artificial sources. Can you answer the following questions? All variety fabrics in our daily made of natural fibers. Can you name some natural fibers? Let us find out the answers to such questions in this chapter. Okay, students. Introduction to fibers. We have already studied that a fiber is a thread which can be spun into strings, rope and cloths. A fiber can be obtained naturally or artificially. The fibers which we obtain from nature, that is from animals and plants, are called natural fibers. All natural fibers are used for making clothes are the more important need for human beings. Natural fibers also protect human beings from extreme temperature and climate change. Furthermore, these fibers are used for making ropes, fishing nets, carpets, soils, and a variety of other articles of daily life. However, the demand for fibers and fabrics increases in such a way that the natural fibers are not sufficient to fulfill the demand. To overcome this problem, scientists have developed artificial fibers using petroleum products and coal as raw materials. These artificial fibers are commonly called synthetic fibers or man-made fibers. Let us perform a simple activity to understand detailed synthetic fibers. Take a few paper clips, join them together and observe the pattern of paper clips. Similarly, take a few beads, join them together with the help of thread and needle to make a necklace. Children, now observe the pattern of beads in the necklace. In both cases, they form a long chain for simple things such as bead or a paper clip. Here each bead or paper clip is a separate unit, but when many such units are joined together, they form a new different structure. Similarly, synthetic fibers have a chain-like structure formed by joining small units together. Each small unit in the chain is known as monomer. The word monomer comes from two Greek words, mono and mer, which means one and unit respectively. So, a monomer is a simple unit of a given chemical molecule. Many small identical simple units combine to form a large unit called polymer. The word polymer comes from two Greek words poly and mer, which means many and part unit respectively. So, a polymer is made of many repeating units. Hence, we can say that the synthetic fibers are made of very large units called polymers. Unlike natural fibers, synthetic fibers are made from petroleum-based chemicals or petrochemicals. Petrochemicals are subjected to various chemical processes to obtain synthetic fibers. These petrochemicals are the source materials for many polymers and synthetic fibers. Types of synthetic fibers. Depending upon the types of chemicals used for manufacturing, synthetic fibers are named as nylon, rayon, acrylic, and polyester. These fibers cannot be identified by simple visual inspection alone in the absence of a brand label, but we can identifying these fibers with a fiber burning test. We can perform a simple activity to identify the synthetic fibers. Take a piece of cloth, pull out a thread, help the thread with the help of tweezers. Now burn the thread on the edge of a flame. Suppose the thread catches fire easily and burns with a bright yellow flame, then it is said to be cotton or rayon. Similarly, if the thread does not catch fire easily and smells like burning hair, then the fiber is said to be silk or wool. Likewise, if the thread melts in the flame, then it is said to be a synthetic fiber such as nylon and acrylic. In the same way, if the thread shrinks in the flame and form a black colored bead that cannot be crushed, it is a synthetic fiber such as polyester. Children, now we are going to study about nylon, which is type of synthetic fiber. Okay, nylon was the first commercially synthetic fiber. The production of nylon was started simultaneously in New York and London. Thus it got its name as nylon. In 1931, it was made without using any natural raw materials from plants or animals. There are various nylons such as nylon 6, nylon 66 and nylon 510. Let us now discuss how nylon is prepared. Nylon is the first processed synthetic fiber made of coal, water and air. It was more popular during the Second World War days. The nylon fiber is a polymer made of chemical units called polymoids. The polymoids is a chemical unit made of two monomers called hexamethylene and adipic acid. Solid chips of these polymers are melted and forced through a heated spinner which has very tiny particles. The size and shape of the hose change the characteristics of the resulting fiber. The fiber solidified as it cools and can be sewn or woven. Nylon fiber is a strong, elastic, light in weight, so it is popular for melting cloths. Now let us discuss the properties of nylon. It is a strong and elastic material, hence suitable for track suits, combat uniforms and parachutes. Okay. It dries quickly and absorbs very little water, hence suitable for making swimwear. It has high strength owing to this reason. It is used to make climbing ropes. It is durable and a lightweight material and therefore is used for making small mission pots and fishing. It is not attacked by moths and molds. It has a static electricity property, that is why we can hear a cracking sound when the nylon cloths are worked. Uses of nylon. Nylon is a very strong fiber, that is why it is used for making parachutes, rack limbing, ropes, fishing nets, type cords, car seat belts, toothbrush bristles, etc. It is used in the production of textiles like saris, shirts, neckties, socks and other garments. Okay, it is also used in the making of swimsuits, soils, umbrella cloth, car seats, sleeping bags, etc. Nowadays, it is also used as an alternative in the place of wool in the making of carpets. Nylon catches fire very easily. For this reason, we should not wear these cloths while cooking, lighting crackers, welding works near a fire, or using heavy machineries. Here, let us perform an activity for finding the strength of nylon. Take an iron stand with a clamp and place it on the table. Now take 4 threads of different fibers such as cotton, wool, nylon and silk. Make sure that all threads should be of the same length and of almost equal thickness. Tie one end of a cotton thread with the clamp of iron stand in such a way that the cotton thread hangs freely from the clamp. Now attach a weight hanger to the free end of the cotton thread. Leave the hanger, the thread gets suspended in a vertical direction. Add small weights to the hanger and observe the thread. Keep increasing the weight on the weight hanger until the thread break. Repeat the same process with nylon, silk and wool threads. We have observed that the total weight required to break the thread was maximum in nylon, followed by silk, wool and cotton. Finally, we will learn that nylon thread has the maximum tensile strength, followed by silk, wool and cotton. We also learn that the fiber that breaks at the maximum weight has the maximum tensile strength. Let us study about rayon, which is another type of synthetic fiber. We know about natural silk, which is obtained from silkworms and that was discovered in China. Discovery of silk was kept a closely guarded secret for a long time. For this reason, the fabrics made from silk were very expensive. But the beautiful texture of silk has fascinated everybody, but the production and maintenance of silk is very difficult. To overcome these problems, scientists attempted to make artificial silk and they were successful in obtaining a fiber having properties similar to that of silk by the end of the 19th century. The first commercial production of artificial silk was achieved in USA in 1911, but this fiber was named rayon only in 1924. The first rayon factory in India was established in Kerala in 1946. Here the raw materials for the production of rayon is pure cotton or wood pulp. It is the only synthetic fiber obtained from a plant's cellulose and so it is called cellulose fiber. Sometimes it is also regenerate fiber because it is produced by modifying natural fiber. Preparation of rayon. In the process of rayon preparation, the cellulose is collected from wood or bamboo pulp. Initially, cellulose is dissolved in the concentrated sodium hydroxide solution and the carbon disulfide is added to that solution. Cellulose dissolves completely in chemicals added to it and gives a yellow color syrup like liquid called viscose. Viscose is forced through the 5 holes of the spinner net, metal plates with very tiny holes, into a solution of dilute sulfuric acid. As a result, silk-like threads are formed. The formed threads are cleaned with soap and dried. This new fiber is called rayon, which is an artificial silk. Some kinds of rayons are made from the short cotton fibers left on cotton seeds after ginning. Rayon is cheaper than silk and can be woven like silk fiber. It can also be dyed in a wide variety of colors, but it is not the perfect fiber to prepare all fabrics because it is made from plant cellulose. Let's discuss about the properties of rayon. Rayon is highly absorbent and is therefore used to make gadgets for covering owns. It is soft, comfortable and absorbent like cotton and has the shine of silk. These properties make it a good fabric or for clothing. It wraps like silk and is much cheaper, hence a good fashion fabric at a much lesser cost. It is a strong fiber and therefore is used to make automobile tire cords. It burns at a high temperature and does not melt easily. It absorbs water easily, which makes rayon weak and causes the fiber to break. We will now discuss the uses of rayon. Rayon can be mixed with cotton or wool, which makes it more suitable for our needs. On mixing it with cotton, it is used to make a good dress material, aprons, bedsheets and caps. On mixing it with wool, it serves as a good fiber for making carpets. Rayon is also found in sanitary products, diapers and bandages and links for dressing wounds. Friends, now let us study about the acrylic, which is another type of synthetic fiber. Generally, we wear sweaters and use shawls or blankets in winter. Many of these are actually not made from natural wool, though they appear to resemble wool. These are prepared from another type of synthetic fiber called acrylic, and it became commercially available in 1941. Acrylic fabric looks like a natural wool, but it is an artificial wool. It is generally known as fake fur. Children, let us now discuss how acrylic is prepared. Acrylic is also another processed synthetic fiber made up of coal, water, air, oil, and limestone. Acrylic fiber is obtained by the polymerization of octonitrate monomer. These polymers can be spun by either a dry or a wet spinning system. In dry spinning system, the polymers are dissolved in a suitable solvent such as dimethyl formamide extruded into warm air and the fiber are solidified by evaporation of the solvent. In the wet spinning system, the polymer is dissolved in a solvent extruded into bath and then dried out. The acrylic fiber made from artificial sources is less expensive, whereas cloths made from natural resources are expensive. So, the cloths made from this fiber are relatively cheap and are available in a variety of colors. It closely resembles wool in its properties. Some of the well known acrylic fibers are Orion, acrylion, and cashmere. Children, now we discuss about the properties of acrylic. They are washable and shrink proof. They are quite resistant to the action of chemicals and also resistant to the attack of moths and other insects. We will now discuss the uses of acrylic. These fibers are used for making fleece, socks, sportswear, sweaters, shawls, and blankets. These also used in craft arms, upholstery, fabric, carpets, luggage, and vehicle.